If you're considering the GameSir X2s Type-C for your mobile gaming setup, wait just a second because I'm about to dive deep into what's really going on with this controller. Is it the perfect plug-and-play solution for your iPhone 15 or Android gaming needs? Well, I tested it thoroughly, and here's what surprised me. It's not all smooth sailing. In fact, despite the solid 4.3-star rating on Amazon and its hyped universal compatibility, I found some real frustrations that might make you think twice before clicking buy. So, if you want to know whether this controller lives up to the hype or deserves to stay in your shopping cart, keep watching. Let's start with who this is for. If you're a serious mobile gamer who craves console-like controls on your phone, especially if you own phones between 110 and 168 min length like the iPhone 15 series or various Android models, the GameSir X2s Type-C promises to elevate your gameplay with precision controls, seamless Type-C connectivity, and those tempting Hall-effect joysticks and triggers. But here's the kicker. Does it truly deliver on that promise? First impressions matter, right? The GameSir X2s Type-C arrives with a sleek, dual-color design inspired by the Nintendo 2DS, which looks good and feels comfortable thanks to the rubber-coated grips. It's like holding a cloud if your cloud were shaped like a controller, that is. The ergonomics are actually impressive, no more cramping hands during marathon gaming sessions. Plus, the built-in capture button offers quick screenshot sharing, making it easy to brag about your high scores on social media without fumbling through menus. But here's where things get tricky. The seamless connectivity GameSir advertises with their movable Type-C port. In theory, this is genius. It should fit almost any phone length without awkward stretches or loose connections. However, in practice, I noticed some inconsistent connectivity issues. During intense gameplay sessions, especially in fast-paced games like shooters or platformers, the connection occasionally dropped or lagged for a split second. It felt like trying to sprint while your shoelaces keep coming undone. That instant disconnection can be a game changer, literally. Curious about the Hall effect joysticks and triggers. These magnetic sensors are supposed to offer unparalleled precision and smoothness. But when I dug deeper, I found mixed results depending on the game and device pairing. Some games responded beautifully, with silky smooth controls and zero stick drift. Unfortunately, in other titles, the triggers felt a bit unresponsive or overly sensitive, which can throw off your timing. Imagine trying to gently pull the trigger and accidentally launching a volley of rockets instead. Yikes. Rehooking here. If you think all controllers have their ups and downs, what makes the X2s stand out, and is it worth the investment? Stick around, because the next section reveals some surprising compatibility insights and game-changing tips. Now, the universal compatibility claim is one of X2s's biggest selling points. It supports everything from Android and HarmonyOS to the latest iPhone 15 series, with no width restrictions and a broad phone length range. But don't pop the confetti just yet. While testing across multiple devices, I discovered that the controller feels best, most stable and responsive, on mid-range Android phones like the Samsung Galaxy series. When paired with the iPhone 15, some users reported needing specific adapters or software tweaks, which is a hassle if you want a simple plug-and-play experience. Not exactly what you want after a long day of gaming. And speaking of software, GameSir's companion app is your command center for customizing controls and updating firmware. The app itself is intuitive, but tends to be glitchy at times, freezing or failing to recognize the controller on certain firmware versions. It's as if the app can't decide whether it wants to be a helpful assistant or a mischievous prankster. One minute it's working fine, the next it's throwing tantrums. If your patience runs thin, this might become another stone in the path. If you're wondering about durability, the GameSir X2s sports a solid build with premium materials. The rubber-coated back grips definitely feel soft and give you better hold on those sweaty palms. But I did notice that the movable Type-C port, while convenient for fitting various phones, is a bit more fragile than expected. If you're the type to aggressively plug and unplug devices, the port might not survive your gaming enthusiasm unscathed. Here's a joke to lighten things up. Why did the gamer bring a ladder to the game? Because they heard the levels were high. But seriously, if you're after consistent performance and long-lasting durability, that movable port could feel like climbing Everest without oxygen. Alright, so far we've talked about fit, finish, and feel, but what about performance under actual gaming conditions? I trialed the controller on several popular titles: PUBG Mobile, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, and experienced both highs and lows. On PUBG, the Hall effect joysticks gave fantastic precision aiming, which felt like having laser sight on a Nerf gun. However, sometimes the triggers missed inputs or didn't register a full press because of sensitivity quirks. In Genshin Impact, the controller managed the free-form exploration well, but oddly, some scripted commands didn't map correctly, causing mild frustration. Is this a deal-breaker? Not necessarily. If you primarily play shooter or action RPG games with standard input demands, the X2s can elevate your skills and enjoyment. But if you're a competitive player aiming for flawless precision in every input, that occasional hiccup might cost you the match. At this point, you might be wondering how the GameSir X2s stacks up against other contenders like Razer Kishi V2 or Backbone 1. The X2s Type-C is definitely a more budget-friendly option that doesn't skimp on many high-end features, such as Hall effect sensors and customizable triggers. However, those premium competitors generally have more stable connections, more polished software, and wider community support. So if you want premium reliability and are willing to shell out a bit more cash, you might want to explore further options. Here's another joke. What do you call a controller that can't stop telling jokes? A game chuckler. Okay, I promise the X2s isn't that funny. It's just that sometimes it feels like it's playing mind games with you. Looking at the big picture, the GameSir X2s Type-C isn't perfect. Yes, it offers a comfortable grip, cool design, and universal compatibility that's hard to beat on paper. But real-world performance is a bit of a mixed bag with occasional connectivity drops, sensitivity quirks, and software glitches. If you're a casual gamer who enjoys mobile gaming without obsessing over every millisecond or precise input, this controller is a solid pick that gives you more control than touchscreen alone. On the flip side, if you're a hardcore gamer who demands rock-solid performance, flawless responsiveness, and a plug-and-play experience every time, you might find the X2s frustrating. But hey, every product has its quirks, just like my cat who insists on sitting on my keyboard mid-game. Who else has that problem, right? Ready for the resolution. Despite some clear downsides, I believe the GameSir X2s Type-C remains a worthwhile device for many gamers due to its quality build, innovative movable Type-C port, and those Hall effect joysticks that genuinely offer pro-level precision. Plus, the comfortable grip and fun aesthetic make long gaming sessions less tiring. If you find it on sale or want to dip your toes into mobile controller gaming with a feature-packed option, it's a solid choice that won't break the bank. If you want the best price available right now, check out the link in the description to grab your GameSir X2s Type-C on Amazon. Remember to read the latest user reviews too, so you're prepared for the occasional hiccup. Mobile gaming is evolving, and with devices like this, we're closer than ever to bringing console-quality play to our pockets. So, should you buy it? If you're looking for comfort and a generally reliable controller to spice up casual gaming, yes. But if your esports dreams depend on every input being perfect, maybe hold off or use it alongside a backup. Either way, the GameSir X2s Type-C is a fascinating step towards better mobile gaming controllers, even if it's not quite the flawless future-proof gadget we hoped for. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. If you found this helpful, Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into trending gaming gear. And remember, the right controller can make or break your game, just like my coffee maker that sometimes makes espresso, sometimes makes a sad noise. Stay gaming, and I'll see you next time.